Hello gamers, welcome back, or in case you are new here, I'm NKZL and I noticed some worrying signs in regards to New World, and this is what I wanted to talk about in this video. I have been playing New World from time to time since its release, and recently with the expansion from 3 months ago, I even started recommending it to others, something that I could not do before. I finally started to believe it was in a decent state and had an enjoyable experience to offer, and more importantly, that things will only go up from here, or at least that's what I hoped. In my opinion, when talking about a live service game, one of the most important elements is updates. While New World never had an amazing update schedule, it was finally at the very least acceptable. Sadly, their latest Season 4 update was a complete disappointment, and it fills me with worry for the future of New World. Before we start talking about this topic, I would like to take just a moment to remind you to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy my video. It massively helps with the YouTube algorithm, and it can keep you up to date with my content, which is centered around MMOs and online gaming. With that little reminder out of the way, let's jump straight in. Season 4 got released on the 13th of December, and it was a complete disappointment. To understand why this is so disappointing, we have to go back and look at what they promised to deliver in Season 4. They promised to bring a season story, season trials with mutators, season trinket, finish updating the main quest, new expedition, new heart rune, seasonal and world events, seasonal territory control, the season pass, and of course, the most needed feature that the game should have had at launch, the cross-world arenas and expeditions. Well, out of this list, they only brought the season story, a new expedition, and the season pass. They also recycled some events. This of course is extremely poor content delivery, and their excuse for not bringing all the other much needed updates was that they will slow down and ensure that what they deliver is of the highest quality and will have no bugs. As you might already know or expect, this was not the case. Season 4 launch was a complete disaster, and it basically had all the bugs that were present on the test servers. Make no mistake, these are not small bugs. Some of these were game-breaking bugs that were reported by people on the test servers. So we can very quickly determine that all this talk about delivering content without bugs was the same empty talk they have been singing since release, but this time for some reason they were unable to deliver on their promise. And we will talk about this in a second. The first real problem here is that if an update has 10 pieces of new content and 2 or 3 of them are bugged, it might be upsetting, but at least you have other pieces of content that work and you can have fun with those until the others are fixed. But when they deliver 2-3 pieces of content and even those don't work, you are left feeling very dejected. Realistically, even if they delivered a small amount of content without any problems, it would still have been pretty lame. It's simply too little content for an MMO over a 3-month period. What New World needs is not for them to slow down, but to speed up and catch up to the update speed of other MMORPGs. A side note here is that I would really hope that these developers would understand that Season Pass, new artifacts, balance patches, and crap like that is not new content. They are simply elements that enhance new content. If the new content is lacking or missing, all these elements will be lacking too. If there is a decent amount of enjoyable new content, then these elements will elevate that content and give people extra reasons to play. They have recently released a video talking about their roadmap until May 2024. The notable elements here are cross-world expedition and arenas, the Winter Runeforge season trial, season events, new artifacts, finishing the main quest rework, and the gamepad support. If you take a step back and look at the time period from the expansion till May 2024, it's almost 9 months, and having one expedition, one new season trial, some seasonal events, and quality of life improvements like the cross-world expeditions and gamepad support is very little for such a lengthy period of time, and this is very worrisome to me. Other MMOs get this amount of content over a few weeks, in worst case scenarios over a 3-month period. A game like BDO, for example, has quality of life changes and improvements every single week. I know all this sounds a bit grim and disappointing, and it is very easy to throw the blame on the developers. While they can surely be blamed for some poor design choices, like the disgusting character creator, I think we shouldn't be too quick to judge. The developers can only do so much, and it is all based on what resources are available to them and what direction they are being given. Which brings me to the reason why I'm personally worried. The reduction in content and the fact that content that comes out is a bug-ridden mess leads me to believe they just have too little resources and that whoever is in charge is not happy with New World's performance. As a result, they are making decisions that they probably don't even understand. The game was finally doing better, and almost everywhere you looked online, people were starting to have a more positive opinion of it. It's very sad to see them slowing down at this time when they should be doing the exact opposite, speeding up and building momentum to grow New World's community. Of course, this is not the first time Amazon Games leadership makes extremely poor decisions. We've seen so many questionable decisions being taken when it comes to Lost Ark. We can also see how they are handling the launch of Blue Protocol and Throne and Liberty. Sadly, the leadership at Amazon's game studio just reeks of incompetence. I can only hope that someone even higher on the chain of command at Amazon notices this incompetence and ends up doing something about it. But again, that is wishful thinking. Since regardless if I like it or not, Amazon Games is very successful on paper. Games like Lost Ark and New World, and even future games like Blue Protocol and Throne and Liberty already have and will be bringing them a lot of money. This is in spite of all the clown-like decision making, because they are simply popular games. At the end of the day, personally, I will still be playing New World from time to time for as long as it is enjoyable, just like I have been doing since launch. Sadly, I am not sure I can still recommend it to others, at the very least until we see how they are going to approach the future of the game after May 2024. I very much dislike what they are doing right now, and it fills me with worry for the future of New World. MMORPGs are live service games that require consistent updates. An MMORPG is nothing without the promise of a stable future, and I really hope that what we are seeing here is not a downward spiral that will result in less and less updates and eventually the shutting down of the service. It's almost Christmas, so let's try and end the video on a positive note. For now, New World is still delivering an acceptable and enjoyable experience, despite its many problems. So, regardless of what the future holds, I hope we can all still have some fun with the game for now. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, and all that jazz. See you in the next one, gamers.